Greetings, Ascending Ones. Thank you for joining me for the weekly channeled inspirational reading by astrological sign for all sun, moon, and rising signs for the week of May 24th through the 30th, 2015. This is only a general reading which may or may not specifically resonate with you. If you would like to order a personalized reading with me so that I can tune into your concerns and your situation to assist you with gaining more clarity personally, please check out my website at naturallyhighlife.com. Thank you for listening. Now on to the reading. Before we get into the individual signs readings for the week, I did a star layout, which is a spread, and that star spread has an angel card for extra guidance in the middle of it. This is a total of 6 cards, and it is for all signs, and is showing the general energies of the week for all signs for this week. And the cards that came up for this week are Judgment, Justice, the Three of Swords, the Death card reversed, the Page of Pentacles, and Archangel Hanael's Willpower card came up. Looking at this star spread that was done for you, this week is going to be an important week. This is the end of the month. There is a full moon coming up. I'm sure it's on the 2nd, but don't quote me on that, the 2nd of June. But we'll get more into a little bit more detail about that in the monthly reading, which is coming up. So we have thoughts this week that have to do with expanding, with moving forward, with setting ourselves free. That's showing up here with the Judgment card. It's showing that many of you are getting some insights this week. There are going to be some whispers, some things that are going to be telling you that it's time for you to enlighten yourselves and to come out of a rut which you may feel like you're in, especially with arts, with writing, with creative endeavors. And it's showing you that you do have the power in your hands to be able to set yourself free of that. And this is going to help you to feel a great sense of accomplishment. In a situation where some of you are experiencing some energies that you're not caring for or you don't like, you may feel depressed, you may feel down, and the dumps may be tied to something that you don't want to be attached to. It's telling you that if you will look up, your blessings are there. If you will look around you and find something positive to focus your attention on, that you can make that very thing grow. Whatever you place your attention on is expanding greatly at this time. Your focus is also going to be on the past. Some of you are centered in this Mercury retrograde energy, which is going on right now. Of course, it's going on for 3 weeks. And a negative influence can be someone from the past, someone who is pulling at your energies too much. This could be a younger person. This could be someone who is a woman. This could be a man. But this person I see has, there's too much going on with them. And maybe you're too entrenched in their energies too. It's also showing up that it's important for some of you to get back to working out. Some of you are feeling like you have dropped the ball on taking care of certain matters that you like to do, or maybe some of you don't like to do it, but it does help you to feel better about yourself. When I look at this, I'm seeing something related to health, something related to working out, and you're looking forward to doing it in a way, but part of you is on the fence. So I see you getting closer to doing what it is that you know that you need to do for yourself, whatever that is for you. Some of you are doing some transformations in other areas, but you may be trying to run into the other direction away from it. That's showing up. Or looking at at the past at how you've already changed and improved, and you're this week going to come to a point of appreciation for the moves that you've already been making. I see life really coming back into the picture this week, especially in the form of unions and things like that. Getting unstuck with thoughts that maybe you haven't been moving forward on, and something related to work, and progress happening in the areas of business and career too, I see. And someone meeting someone that is going to assist them with having more fortitude and with following through. That seems to come together. Also a team effort coming together, and maybe some of you are going to join some type of a group or something like that, which is going to encourage you and inspire you to press forward with some of the things that you've been wanting to do, because there's maybe a lack of being in touch this week with your deeper feelings, and that's something that you're wanting, especially in a situation where it has to do with you and a family member or someone else, but you want there to be a deeper connection. And I see that if you will just get out of old stuck thinking, or not allow other people to pull you in with their negative stuck thinking, then that will certainly happen. And it can happen in a many various ways. Justice is going to definitely take place. Some answers are going to come to the surface, and some things are going to become very clear this week in your mind about what you need to do, and the strength will be there to press forward even more this week, especially with having the willpower, which is why Archangel Haniel's willpower card comes up, as there is going to be something that just stands up and says, here I am, and you're going to be ready and willing to do it, and you're going to go into it head on. Some of you may be fighting against doing that, but I see that you're going to be one step closer to actually taking advantage of some opportunities which have been on the surface for you, that you've been looking at for a while. Even some of you have been wanting to finish a book, write a book, get more time in to relax, get more organized. It's showing that that's very possible now as you move forward. This week, that's what I see for you, for all signs. Thank you. Keep listening for your particular sign next. Also, listen to your moon, sun, and rising signs too. Again, if you want to go straight to your zodiac sign, be sure to click the timestamp in the description box below. Please rate, subscribe, and share the videos, and visit my website if you'd like to sign up for updates as well. Here we go with all 12 signs, beginning with Aries. Dear Aries, I did a past, present, future spread for this week, and it shows that last week there was probably a feeling of being close to feeling defeated, feeling that you wish that things would be done. It seems like they're going to be coming over into the next week, things that were not finished last week. They will continue on throughout the rest of this week. And you're looking for them to possibly end. You're looking to come to a decision about a deep thought that is in your head, something that's long-standing, something that's very important and is pressing. Presently, there could be some things that are coming up that you may not have seen. It's important to really look at the details, to really focus on any type of intuition that is coming up to you. And if you feel like something is not as it seems, then you want to double look it over. It could be some accidents, things like that. You want to find, you may be looking for certain structures to fall into place. They may feel a bit watery, as if they just aren't happening. But as long as you are consistent and persistent in what you're doing, then things will definitely work out. Just make sure that you double look over things. In the future, it shows that you're looking towards money matters to be confirmed and affirmed for you. That you may feel like you're going backwards as far as money's concerned, that you're not making enough. You're still focused on that in the future. So that could be right after the weekend, that could be well on your mind. I do see it coming together in some way, and you're going to meet this person who is probably going to give you some really great insight, some great, they're going to affirm some ideas that you have in mind, some sort of intent that you have. Whereas in terms of, especially some of you are wanting to travel and do your work, some of you are wanting to just get out of the old stuff that you've been in. That's showing up as well. That's what I see. Thank you. Taurus, I did a past, present, future spread for you for this week. What is coming up is a card called the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords symbolizes a person who is feeling that they're bound, that they're stuck in some way. But in the past, it feels like you felt that way, but then you were released. Finally, you were able to move forward in some sort of mental breakthrough that you've had. You really felt triumphant. You felt like things were really getting through. You know, you felt like whatever you were doing, whatever type of action that you were taking, really took you forward. You learned to rely on yourself, to trust yourself. And presently it shows that you're being guided, especially by a spiritual person, spiritual ideas, spiritual concepts. There's some enlightenment taking place. And your heart and mind are becoming connected more. Especially in terms with people around you, you may be feeling those people are beginning to really respect you, to see you as the light that you are, and to respect your very important position in the world, whatever that is. Also, some of you may be taking yourself too seriously right now, and maybe need to, lighten up a bit. Also, it's showing that you may want to put yourself in a place where you're giving so much attention to another. You need to give that same respect and energy and attention to yourself, and not just give it all away to someone else. And especially matters of learning are very important right now, but in your future you're very focused on love, but you're looking at love that was of the past especially, and wanting to match it with the present. But that's what I see for you at this time. Thank you. Greetings, dear Gemini. I did a past, present, future spread for you this week. In the past, it shows that you held a state of mind which was more bound, more rigid, perhaps going through the things that you've been through. You had some serious challenges that came up, and you had to figure out how you were going to overcome those challenges. It literally looks like you had to jump some serious hurdles to get through them. And maybe it wasn't an action that you had to so much take on the outside, but it was a way of thinking that you had to adapt. And presently, that has assisted you in something that you just experienced, perhaps some challenge, something that has shaken your reality. And because that came up, then now you're learning from the experiences that you had from before. You have some things that's showing that some people had probably fallen out of your life that you had to release certain people from being connected to you, that you are learning how to stand alone now, and in your future, that's what it looks like. You'll be more so standing alone, learning to, rely on your own senses and your own way of thinking, and also to look at who else is connected to you in a divine way, in a way that is of a higher, more divine way, some type of connection you're looking for also is more of a teacher. Some of you are going back to school right now, or you're in school. You've been on the fence. You're trying to figure out what you want to do with your time right now to make the most of your career, of your future, of your present. And now that things have loosened up, you may have gotten some answers. You may have cleared the way for you to be able to move forward. And now it seems like you're going to fly right into a situation which is going to bring you great success. But most importantly, balance is important right now. Balance of your emotions, of your spirit, of your body, of your mind. And call upon your angels if you need some assistance. They are there, your guides. Someone is definitely looking out for you. And that's what I see for this week for you, Gemini. Thank you. Greetings, dear Cancer. I did a past, present, future spread for you for this week to see what energies are playing out for you. The cards coming up for you are the Four of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and Temperance. When I see this, the very first card shows that in the past, you were celebrating and wanting to have a different space. That maybe you did a recent move, maybe you just came from a certain celebration, a gathering, some family reunion, but you're trying to pull things together as far as family is concerned, and that has been your focus in the past. This present right now is going to be more so on getting out of your emotions and really grounding yourself in where you are because of where you already came from. You really saw some vital things that you needed to see. Things were really revealed. You were tunnel visioned into getting to a certain goal. Now that you're there in your present, you're pressing forward and you're looking at this other person in your life, someone that you care about deeply, and you're trying to balance out the communication between the two of you and wondering if things are going to get better. Some of you are already seeing some breakthroughs. You're going to have a talk with this person. There will be some clearing of the air. But as far as work is concerned, you're definitely doing what it is that you want to do in some way. And some of you are struggling with getting to what you want to do, but you're having to do something in the meanwhile until you can do the most wonderful thing that you love to do as far as career is concerned, bringing in money, whether that be staying home, working from home, being an entrepreneur, or some brand new shiny career that you're looking for, starting a business, partnering with someone who's really great. Some of you just want security, you want stability, you want things to be more solid, and you want people that are in your life to come in and just be there and stop being so back and forth and wishy-washy. In the future, it looks as though you're going to have some clarity of a great nature. This will come very soon, and you'll feel refreshed by it. That's what I see for you this week. Thank you. Greetings, dear Leo. I did a past, present, future spread for you for this week that are showing, this will show the energies that are playing out perhaps for you. It shows that you're looking to control your temper, that you have some fiery exchanges perhaps this week, in the present. In the past, you have been practicing being more even-tempered, being more calm, and being more balanced. about the way that you communicate. You're also coming into a place where some of you are maybe beating yourself up about how fast you move, how fast you want things to happen, and how fast you want to get things done. Your impulses may be rubbing other people the wrong way, may have done that in the past. I see some of you are working on that, but also that you're realizing, even from other people, you're letting them know, and they're coming to the understanding that everybody has work to do, that you are no different than anyone else, and they are not as well. Ego is going to be a huge thing that's playing out, and that is going to be something where you may be coming into some challenges, pushing up against other people in the workplace and things like that. There could be some heavy competition. I see you really rising to the occasion of that and clearing things out by being very straightforward with how you want things to be and how you feel. As long as you don't let your emotions get the best of you and you see things for more of what they are instead of listening to what someone is telling you, then you'll do well. In the past, it shows that you did do a good job of that you really did turn things upside down to see what the truth was. Some of you have gone through that. You've had people turn their backs on you or be two-faced and all that, and you're just done with that. You're moving forward, but in the future shows that right now you're figuring out what your powers are, what your resources are, looking to see how are you going to pull pieces together for something that you're working on that's very, very important. And you could have a lot of frustration, but I'm telling you now that if you will just stop in your tracks and write things down, get clarity, look at what you have access to, you will find that the tools and the resources are there, and you know what you have to do. You do know. That's what I see for you, Leo. Thank you. Greetings, dear Virgo. I did a past, present, future spread for you for this week to show what energies may be playing out for you. The first card that came up is the Hermit. This card symbolizes a time of solitude, of needing to be alone, of needing to really relax, meet with your guides, and to appreciate the moment and to just be in quiet. Contemplation, taking it easy, inspiration. Even art can play out at this time, but it's in a different way. Creativity coming up, being reborn, being refreshed, being renewed from all of the things that may have happened before that. Taking a break from such a long, arduous journey has shown up. And that's what you were probably going through in the past. And it could be due to you feeling some energies of about ascension or things like that. Maybe some of you also presently got a management position, but you feel like you're not really the boss, that you're not really the manager because people aren't really respecting your position. You could feel as though people are trying to undermine you, your position, what you stand for, even if you're not a manager, even if you're a part of a family or certain people that you've come across, they could be trying to undermine your position. You don't understand why. And it looks like it's going to be a time for you to reach out to someone who is important, someone who is a little wiser, and someone who you do respect. You know, maybe an elder or someone like that. You could speak to, or you could be speaking to someone already who is giving you advice on how to proceed forward, because it looks as though you're tangled in some situation that is not going to be resolved just in a day. Some of you will, some of you won't, but you may feel like you're experiencing failure right now, and you don't like that feeling. You're ready to move forward, and in management, you're done with playing politics and playing games with people. So I see you really getting serious about that and really telling people how you feel, but this week may not be the time to do it. And if you do so in a very diplomatic way. And just let people know what your vision is and what you stand for. That's what I see for you this week. Dear Libra, thank you for listening. I did a past, present, future spread for you for this week to see what energies are playing out perhaps for you. I see you. There is a clear indication that you're inspired by something, that you're ready to move forward, and you feel like you may need to practice over and over again to get something right. Something that you just recently embarked upon, that you remembered from your past. It's like a new thing for you, but it's really not new. It feels as though it's very familiar to you, but maybe now you're just rediscovering just how much you love doing this particular thing. I see this person in your life who's really brought joy to you. I see you also in the future. You're probably going to be going back and forth between thoughts because you've been hurt in the past, and you have a problem sometimes with trusting people and taking their word at face value because of things that have happened before. I see this person coming along and assisting you with getting through that, and you'll be taking your time discovering yourself, discovering what it is that you love, your passions, and creating really blissfully. And that will be the challenge. The challenge will be more so to stay encouraged, to stay happy about this new thing that you've found. That's what I do see this week for you. Scorpio, I did a past, present, future spread for you this week to see what energies are possibly playing out for you. In the past, there was definitely a time when people were coming to you to see what you had to give them as far as your perspective. And it seems like some of you were given too much of yourself. You gave so much that you felt drained. You felt, out of harmony with who you are and what you stand for. I see that you had to pull back, that you had to pull away from certain people. And now you're learning again how to reconnect with certain people. And some people from your past are going to possibly come up. Some of you are going to be asked something, asked to give of yourself in some way. See you really giving it some heavy thought and some consideration. And some of you may actually do this. Just make sure that you have what you need for yourself, and keep what you have to yourself also. Your intuition will let you know what is right for you to do, so do listen to that. The guidance is already there in you. Presently, you're learning the balance between your animal nature and spirit, between your higher person. You're listening a lot, so much. Some of you are with your intuition just so much, and now you're being called to balance between the physical and spiritual sides of yourself and to come out of your shell more, because you have to realize the immense great force that you have within. Just as you may see and view in other people, you're being called this week. Certain things are going to come up to help you to realize and remember that, if you have forgotten, if you need to be reminded, and if your confidence has been waning about how you can get through this time in your life. And this week will bring you a great gift and some great insight to be able to see how abundance can come to you, and you can get out of a rut if you feel that you've been in one. You could feel very sexual this week also, wanting to be with somebody. I see you wanting to be with someone that you really care about and love, but that person may seem distant, may seem far away. Maybe they live far away. And maybe you have to figure out how you have to travel to them, and that could be frustrating to you. There could be some delays as far as that's concerned, and you want things perhaps to move faster. It is going to be a time when you're feeling a lot and dealing with a lot. It is an important week for you. That's what I see for you this week. Thank you. Greetings, dear Sagittarius. I did a 3-card past, present, future spread for you to see what energies are playing out this week for you, possibly. The very first card that came up for you is the Empress card. Some of you have just recently had a baby. Some of you are really contemplating having a baby. You are really connected, feeling all wonderful and glorious and all that type of stuff. Some of you went into some caring positions, some healing type of professions and things like that in the past. And in the present, it looks as though the work that you've been wanting, it's not maybe panning out the way that you wanted it to. Work could be a little slow, perhaps in the present. But I see you having some ideas come up that are going to help you to bring in more money, to bring in more of that stability that you want. That could also come outside of what you thought, and it could come from someone that you meet. There could definitely be some negative thoughts this week about work, some negative energies, feelings about how you feel about what you're doing, and you really may want to change it. Beginning with the upcoming full moon that's coming up, I see you really coming to, everything's going to come to a head. And there is a lot going on this week for you, I feel. In the future, you're not probably satisfied. You're not going to feel satisfied with something that's going on in your life right now. And your heart could be hurt. You could have a broken heart. And like I said, before even looking at this third card, which is the 5 of Cups, it's important not to look at what has fallen over and what's not working, to look at what can work. What do you have working for you? Look at something that you can have to work for you from what you have already. It's a time to definitely utilize your talents, you know, something that you're passionate about, also something that you can really bring together creatively and be inspired by, based off of something that has already been working in the past too. Look at that. That's what I see playing out for you a bit. And that's it. Thank you. Greetings, dear Capricorn. I did a 3-card past, present, future spread for you for this week to see what energies may be playing out for you. The first word that popped into my mind while I was shuffling your cards is a yo-yo ride. That you could be dealing with some intense, immense ups and downs as far as your career ideas are concerned, but also with people who are in your life. In the past, you had someone who was leaving, someone who may have fell out, someone who traveled far away from you, someone who became distant. And there could have been someone who also, you all just really changed connections and you didn't connect the same way that you used to. I see that. This connection has certainly shifted, and you know, maybe the person may be coming back into your life again. Maybe it's something that you're giving some thought to, but you're checking this person out to see what their motivations are. And I say that's a wonderful idea to really check that out. I see this person as being a strong pillar that was in your life, someone who really helped you to make some changes, and they helped you with creating things, with building some structures that you have set up. I see you that you have learned a whole lot from the past, and now that there has been a change underway in your life, that you may have been fighting to deal with. Something has to fall away, and you possibly see it now, but you may not want to. In work, there seems to be some type of communication breach with you and management, perhaps, and you are definitely having to look at things in a different way, saying that a different angle and outlook is going to bring you triumphant success. So look at that. Also, in your future, things that you may have wanted to change, you may have wanted to get away from, to move from, I see you really going to be learning how to appreciate the divine influence and reality that is a part of your life, and to ask for help from a divine guidance. Also to be thankful and appreciative of that support and of those people who continue to support you from the other side. That's what I see for you this week. Thank you. Aquarius, I did a 3-card past, present, future spread for you for this week to see what energies may be playing out for you. When I first pulled your cards out, the words saying that the outlook that you have in your mind right now is dead on. What it is that you want to see come to fruition will. There's important guidance that came from your past that you can look to. Perhaps it was an old journal that you kept. Perhaps there was someone of an importance, maybe of your parents, perhaps, or some sort of a counselor. I see some of you had a lover who was very influential in your life. But I see that you have talked to this person, and there has been somebody else that came through beyond that person. That person brought forth some good news, some positivity, some things that you really learned from. But then I see next there was someone who came along and really shot down some of the ideas and some of the things that you were focused on, and maybe that you were enthusiastic about. And you've had to get unstuck from thinking about what this other person's influences are, or what their ideas were, and to pull yourself away to figure out what it is that you want on your own. I see that certain things have come to you, that have been handed to you, that have been done for you, and maybe you're not seeing them. Maybe you're not clearly seeing the blessings that are right in your face, right in your midst. And it will be important this week to look around and see what maybe you haven't unearthed yet. What can be uncovered? What is not done? What is not dead? What can be revitalized and brought back to life for you in your life? That may be a love between you and someone else. It may be something that you're looking to expand upon. But I see that this is important to you, that you find this harmony and this connection with this person, and it's got to be beyond the physical for you. You need something more, something deeper. This week, your heart is possibly very heavy, and it is an important week for you. So do focus on the things that you feel are going to bring you that greater passion, that greater harmony in your life, and abundance is automatically going to be the result, because I see that you're very filled around you with things that are very helpful and useful, but you just got to see it for yourself. You've been making great strides. That's what I see for you. Thank you. Dear Pisces, I did a 3-card spread, a past, present, future layout for you for this upcoming week to see what energies are playing out. You're tired of taking care of people who are not taking care of themselves. You really are being there for somebody and helping them to remember the power that they have. This energy really played out more so in the past, and now in your present, you're wanting to get a bit away from that because you want to focus more on what fulfills you. I see that you are feeling a lot of energies about ascension and spiritual breakthroughs. And personal fulfillment has been your very focus. But people have been coming along and perhaps interrupting what it is that you've been working on. And you're thinking about perhaps going off and being to yourself in dealing with what you want to do. I see that you have an important week coming up. It's very important that you balance between your positive and negative thinking, because you know what you focus on is what you will get. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and things may be unclear with what's going to happen as far as something that you're dealing with. Your heart is connected to someone who may not be ready for what it is that you have wanting, for them. And this I see could be a man or a woman. But this person, they're just not speaking up, and maybe they don't have the same communication tendencies or abilities that you have, or maybe they're just not using theirs. I see that things are going to become a bit more clear in the future, but it's going to be some blockages there that you'll have to be patient with. Things will begin to flow perhaps after this week, but this week I don't see it being a great time for having a heart-to-heart conversation and clearing the air and laying everything on the table, because certain people are dealing with certain hurts. Maybe it's you who's dealing with someone who hurt you, and I see you being some of you are really angry about it, very frustrated and angry. I see that clearing up for you a bit more next week, but you will say what's on your mind and clear your heart and go forth not heavy. But it'll be a good time for meditation this week, but too much meditation, you will not probably take the action that you need to. So yoga may be good. It's like a combination of meditation and movement. So that's what I see for you this week. Thank you so much, everyone, for all of your support. I love reading your comments and feedback. This month, I'd like to tell you thank you again for supporting this channel and for scheduling readings with me too, because I've worked with many of you. Thank you so much. I look forward to working with many more and working with you again. Again, our website is naturallyhighlife.com, and this is what I love doing. I plan to do some other things on this channel, but if there's something in particular you would like to see, please let me know by shooting me a message or leaving a comment. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening, liking and subscribing, and sharing and rating these videos. If you'd like to work closer with me, don't forget to sign up for my newsletter for updates and for personal readings and other things and other helpful features. Don't forget to connect with me also. Follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, Twitter, on YouTube, and Google Plus also. Whichever you'd like, you can find me there. I'm also on LinkedIn as well under the name Sarita Daily. Sometimes I list my middle name also, which is Alita, and sometimes I put my guide's name in front of my name, which is Sayofia. So beyond that, I hope your week has been wonderful, and it's going to be wonderful upcoming. And beyond that, peace and blessings to you and yours.